Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to a new edition of Urban Sentinel Live. I want to say good evening, everyone, and I might look like I'm a little off tonight, but I'm using my phone right now because I'm having problems with my laptop. I'm trying to get on my laptop, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like I'm looking off into another world. So tonight is Monday night, and what we do on Monday night, we do Facebook Live, Urban Sentinel Live. And tonight I got as a guest Ernest Usher, who's a marketing genius. Okay, so we want to talk tonight about small business marketing and what we can do to enhance our sales or enhance our business as we go along. So Ernest, how you doing tonight?
Oh, you know me, I'm good. Always having a good time, laughing. I got to fix something afterwards because it was a shelf I was supposed to fix, in my house. And it just failed like 10 minutes ago. So I got to go fix that because I didn't fix that for months. But other than that, I'm good as always. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, it look like you're going to get beat up tonight for not doing that.
I might.
Yeah, your wife might get you for not doing that, boy.
She is gonna get me because it kind of almost like, it kind of like fell on the foot a little bit, the little shelf. So I gotta I gotta fix all of that.
Okay. So sound like you in some doo tonight, man. Hold up, man. What's going on? How you doing?
Man, everything is good. I'm thankful. Everything's moving in the right direction. Business is going very well. We're just making some moves, getting some small business, some recognition. Because that's what this is all about: getting small business recognition in the marketing area, especially African American small-owned businesses. A lot of our failures don't come because we don't have a great product. We have an amazing product, but we don't have the right people behind us, driving us and putting us in that area where other businesses are already thriving in its marketing, and that's why I'm here.
Right. So talk to me about what we can. Okay, looking at my business and everything, you've been helping me out with some market strategies and everything. Talk to me about what can we do to enhance our business strategies.
One thing, you got to go back to the basics. The basics are, why did you go into business? A lot of people, they go into business saying, I have a gift. Whether it's crafting, whether it's designing, whether it's you're a chef, whether it's what you do as a author of a positive magazine, influential for our community. When you get back to the root of why you go into business, then you have to look at, okay, so now that I'm good at what I do, I just can't just tell my family and friends and hope that I just blow up from there. No. Marketing specialists, marketing expertise look in different areas of what you do and your competition does, and they strategize. They develop a plan to say, we have to try. Now, some things are trial and error, yes, but it all comes from a plan, because Time Magazine didn't become Time Magazine overnight. They had to have a plan, a strategy to get there. K Jewelers didn't just blow up overnight. As a small business, they had a plan, a design to get there. And I want all small businesses to have that, but yet we have to start with, why did I go into business? When I get that internal push in me, okay, I did it because of this. Now, how can I put myself out there for the least amount of cost as possible, but get the max amount of revenue from people wanting to partake in what I have to offer? That's what we do.
Okay. So what's a good marketing plan? What's a good place to start?
So I always look at, and I encourage people that even if you're doing this on your own, to look at what your competition is doing. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes we try to think about new ways to market, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that comes with classes and degrees, and sometimes you may not have time to do all that. That's what I did. But for yourself, if you have a small business that's you're a cook, and you make awesome food and everybody likes your food, well, look at the way some other small businesses that are restaurants market themselves. Do they use YouTube? So maybe I need to go on YouTube as a chef and make some videos of me cooking some things. Right now, cooking is powerful with TikTok right now. Well, don't try to do something on Facebook that's powerful on TikTok. Get you behind up, get you a camera, an iPhone, Android, iPad, whatever, and get yourself plugged into TikTok. and make some videos with yourself cooking. That's all you have to do. Um, Whatever your business competition is doing, you need to be studying them and make sure you're trending in the right direction like they are. Not doing the same thing, putting your own spin on it, but making sure the platform you're on is already a successful type platform. So you're not bumping your head against the wall on Instagram and your whole business, everybody else is on TikTok blowing up. Those are the things that you have to look at in the end times. So you don't just post a video when you get done or when you get to it. There are certain times of the day, certain things are posted where it's heavy traffic. So certain times on YouTube, most people watch YouTube videos around between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same with Instagram. Instagram actually starts at 6 a.m. And why is that? Because with Instagram at 6 a.m., it's when people across the world in Japan and other places are getting off of work. And so while they're riding the subway, while they're in their taxi, while they're on the train, they're looking at Instagram. So your high traffic yield is between those times. It's because that's when they get off work in that side of the world. So you're hitting your posts double times. But those are things that you need to research. And you're not just posting when you post or when you think about it or when you remember, because you have to have a strategy, because your competition has a strategy and your competition knows when to. You got to make yourself that expert.
Okay, so what's the best form of marketing there? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? What is it?
It depends on what you have. Like for instance, if you're a chiropractor or you have a business that deals with massage therapy, your best form of business probably would be Instagram and a website. Because with your website, people can go and select and find your services and see pictures of what you've done, because most people that get massages are between the ages primarily of 28 to about 60 years old. That's primary. They're not going to be going on Facebook, and they're probably not going to do a lot of Instagram, but they do like websites. So look at your target market, your target area. Where do they spend the most time? That's where you need to be marketing. Some people are like old school. They love flyers. They love getting a flyer in their hand. So I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I'm only going to do Facebook. And if you want a flyer, I'm not doing it. No, you better go print some flyers, put them on some cars, and let people know what you do, because you're missing out on money because you're refusing to go in an area that doesn't cost a lot to print. UPS can print hundreds of flyers for less than $20. And you're sitting there saying, well, I don't want to do that. Not everybody is in the world of technology. So a lot of your clients that live where you are may only be doing flyers and websites, but you're on TikTok. Or a lot of your viewers of where you live, they may love YouTube, but you're on Facebook. So the best thing to do, step one, look at your competition and what they're doing in your area. Where do they have the most traffic you see them posting? Number two, ask people, what do you prefer? Like if you're looking for a chiropractor, where you look it up? They say, I look it up on Google. Perfect. Get you a website. Link that website to Google. So when people type in your name, they'll find you on Google. If you type in marketing services in Minot, North Dakota, I come up. There's a reason for that, because I made sure to create a Google account that has my name. So when you type it in, it comes up. Or you type in marketing services or like an SEO using keywords, it pops up. Those are the things that you have to look for when you decide I want a website, or I want to do YouTube, or even Instagram. Hashtags are powerful, because if I am a person I wash cars, well, I need to make sure if I post a picture of a car that I washed, I need to have some kind of hashtag that has car, wash, hot, sunny day, Monday, whatever the case may be. I need to make sure to have that as a hashtag. So when people type those words in, that's what comes up. My small car washing business. These are some of the things that we need to do in order to put ourselves out there. And these are actual strategies. They're not throwing your name in the air. No, you strategize the time, you strategize what you're going to post, how it looks, the words around it, the filter of the picture. You have to go through these processes when you market yourself if you want to be successful at marketing yourself.
Okay, where do you find this information at? I mean, and is the information? What if the information is basically the same in all areas? I mean, it's
It's
half
not.
and half. It's half Facebook, it's half TikTok.
So here's what I encourage. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to throw something else out there. I see a lot of people that are makeup artists. So automatically, if you type in makeup artist on Google, A lot of what you'll see will come up under the videos, go to the video section, is TikTok. They'll just start popping up TikTok. So you know, as a makeup artist, that's what I'm doing. And I type it in Google, it's my number one source to find something. TikTok videos will come up. So I know it's trending on TikTok. So it depends on what your business is, where the most trends are, you'll find people marketing. Now you can create your own niche, but I'm telling you, that takes a lot of time. I encourage classes or school or some form of training on YouTube for marketing classes so you can understand how to create your own niche and demand in what social media source you choose. But you can make anything happen if, and here's the number one thing, positive attitude. Because one thing I do a lot of videos, but I make sure to build a positive attitude around the videos that I create. So they're always colorful, they're always fun, they're always bright, they always have just the precise, small enough of words that'll attract people in. Because all marketing is attracting you to my. Remember, there is probably we can probably name over 10 big car dealerships, but in your small town, you probably got like 50 car dealerships. What's the difference between all of them? They all sell cars. They all sell trucks. But why does this one car dealership in your town seem to get the most people? Well, word of mouth is their main thing. Number one, people keep going back to get their cars because the word of mouth of their customers. But number two, they know if they put a big piece of their car dealership in the newspaper and run that every Monday, talking about they have whatever special deal they have on cars, because their town always reads newspapers, they will always get the business because they realize I reach my people with newspapers. Somebody else may say, I reach mine with Instagram because I live in Lithonia or I live in Decatur. They are always on Instagram. So my car dealership, I'm putting it on Instagram. And I'm talking about prices. I'm talking about promotions. I'm talking about leather seats. I'm talking about a beautiful interior. I'm talking about that new car smell. I'm using all those attractive words on Instagram. And now I'm pulling people to buy cars from there. So again, not everything's the same. You just got to find out who your competition is and beat them at their game. That is marketing.
Okay, so basically we're talking about unlocking the code for marketing.
It's code. And some of us have to go to school for that, because I went to school for a lot of that information, because they kind of like dial into your head, breaking it all the way down to the very barrier of what the word marketing is, how to break it apart into the 4 P's of marketing. You learn about the price, you learn about all that stuff. But the main thing they teach you that I think everybody can understand, whether you go to school or not, you have to sell the value of what you have and not the price. If you learn to take a small box and you make that box seem like if you don't have that box, your world will stop because of the beautiful, colorful words you use selling that box. Everybody's going to want to buy that box, even if it does absolutely nothing. You sold the value of an empty box. And people that can sell the value of an empty box will make the most money. And I'm telling you, it can happen. It's all based on you.
What type of budget should a small business put aside? What percentage of their business?
I'm glad you asked. Got to have a marketing budget. I think sometimes people go into marketing sometimes blindly, and it's okay because you may not know. But depending on how much revenue you expect your business to make, your marketing budget needs to be that big. So, for example, if you own a computer company where you fix computers, you fix things with software and things like that, your marketing budget doesn't have to be that big, because people always need to fix their computer. All you have to do is make some posts about some computers you fix with a satisfied customer. It's probably little to nothing, maybe $50, $60 a month if you want to boost those advertisements on Facebook and on Instagram or YouTube. However, if I'm a makeup artist, I probably need a bigger budget because I'm combating a whole lot of other makeup artists. So I got to have a bigger budget to set aside in a timely manner of when to boost advertisements, of to go to other local shops and try to get in with them to see for free. I'll go ahead and do your makeup and take some pictures of you if I can. That costs money out of your pocket. So you probably need a bigger budget than someone that fixes computers. The best way to find out what kind of budget you have is to Google other small businesses or even big businesses and look at their budget. Look how much they spend on advertising expense. Like Google McDonald's. Look how much they spend on advertising events. McDonald's tries to go all out to make sure their commercial is played almost every 5 minutes. There's some kind of Mickey D's commercial. But does Burger King have that same marketing budget? Absolutely not. They do not spend a lot on that. Does Wendy's have the same one? Wendy's has a big one. How about Target? How about Walmart? Advertising expense. Your budget is based on the need that the people around you have for what you have to offer. And that's something that you have to trial and error before you settle on a budget.
But McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King and all those guys don't have to really advertise because they're staples in your community. So people know where they want to get the burger from already. Okay. But you have small,
you think so?
Small, yeah, I think so. Because
why they advertise then? That's my question to you then. Why do they advertise?
Because a lot of times when they advertise in specials, okay? Like McDonald's, now you can get two quarter pounders for $5, things of that nature. So I think, when I go to restaurants, I'm not looking for the ad or anything like that. I'm going to that restaurant because I enjoy the food, okay? Now, when you take a small business owner, okay, you in a niche market and you are not a national brand, okay, you've got to figure out a way to break into your community or nationwide in order to drum up business, okay? Because we're on a digital platform now, okay? Everything is digital, okay? But if you go out on a digital platform and you're a shea butter entrepreneur, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, if you go to one of these flea markets around here, you got 50 people selling shea butter, okay? But how do you distinguish yours that might be the best out there from the rest of them?
And this is why I go back to the McDonald's analogy. Mm-hmm. McDonald's has to advertise because you're sitting at home and you weren't thinking about McDonald's. You're riding in your car. You weren't thinking about McDonald's. All you were thinking about is I'm going on my way home or I'm sitting at home relaxing. And all of a sudden across your screen comes this commercial for McDonald's. Come buy this 2 for $2 or 2 for $5. And I make this juicy quarter pounder, dripping cheese, ketchup, mustard, whatever else, falling off the bone, hamburger bun about to slide the box in your face. Now your insatiable demand makes you want to go get that burger, even though you weren't thinking about that burger. That's who McDonald's is selling to. I already got the person I want, but the one I need is the person that I always want to go to Wendy's for everything. I want them because I want all the money. That's what the shea butter person has to do. Because when I'm sitting on my couch or I'm at a flea market, there's 50, 11 shea butter people. But what separates me is I put together a small video or I put together some kind of sample or something to tell people, come see me because my shea butter does A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And I've done A, B, C, D, E, F, and G in my product development. And if you come see me, I'll give you maybe a small sample size or a small amount off, or you can try it for free. I'm trying to do whatever I can to get you to thinking about me and forgetting about everybody else. Now, sometimes that budget may not cost anything. That might just be you doing a video, telling people one day a week about what you sell and what you do. I market for about 4 different travel agents, and all 4 are successful in their own right. But I market 4 of them. What do I do? Well, what separates them is each one has a premier destination that they want to do. One destination is Cabo. One wants to deal with Hawaii. One wants to deal with luxury journey to Jamaica and other places. Another one wants to deal with South Africa. Even though they're all 4 travel agents in the same niche, their market area that they're looking to push people to is different. So we can all market them differently, even though you may think they may be the same. It's different. That's what we look for. What separates you from everybody else? What's your passion? What's your strength? What's your niche? What do you like to do? And how can we make that into a video? How can we make that into a nice flyer or a banner? How many times can we put it out to people? How many reviews can we get from people that use your service? What's their testimonial? We do all of that. And when you get that created, you become that staple small business that people can trust because you got people backing your product that you've given them. That's all you need. And then the wheels get turning because the budget has to increase. Because right now you are marketing to about 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 people in your town, in your area. And then you try to increase it more and more. And the more revenue you make, the more you're going to want. You may have to hire some employees or a marketing expert, but you're going to want that budget to increase because you want to maximize your profit. You never want to settle for a profit. Maximize.
Okay. Now, you mentioned something earlier, running videos on your business.
Yes.
How often should you run a video on, do an Instagram or do a Facebook video? How often should you do these? So you do it every day, do one a day or what? What's your suggestion?
That's a good question. To be honest, videos are based on really what you want people, if you're like an interactive type business. So for example, for a travel agent, they want a lot of videos because what they want you to see constantly is the nice beach, sipping a pina colada, laying back in a nice chair, hearing the waves come in. You want that to be visual. A shirt company, you may or may not want too many videos. What you really want is people wearing your shirts. So you need pictures of people wearing your shirts. That's your marketing thing. You don't need much of video. If you're a podcast, depending if you're a listening podcast versus a visual podcast, if you have somebody for a hip hop or R&B artist coming on, you want a video because you want your viewers when they watch to see who's coming on and be able to follow them on Instagram or Facebook. So it depends on your business, what you want. If you're a massage therapist, you don't want a lot of videos, maybe a few. You really want pictures. You really want showing aromatherapy areas and work you've done and things like that. You don't need too many videos. What you need is music because aromatherapy is all about that music that soothes and calms somebody while they're getting a massage. So it depends on the business, how many they need, in the strength of what their viewers expect from them, and what's your competition doing. They have a lot of videos. Do you see a lot of followers? Is it working for them? Then you might want to mirror the same in your own right. It all depends.
Now, okay, so I have a magazine,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, because you do
Mm-hmm.
marketing for me.
Yes, sir.
How often should I do a lot of Instagram videos or Facebook Live videos, or what should I do?
Yes. There's two things that you should do. You
Hmm.
should do Instagram videos, number one, because magazines are very heavy on Instagram. And number two, you should definitely do YouTube videos about really what you do because you're not just a magazine author. You actually have skills in journalism and writing. So to further expand people participating in your magazine, you also want to offer things about here's how you write. Here's how you do journalism. Here's some points, some key things to look for when journaling and writing your next big story. See, because you offer those free advice and tips, maybe like once a week on YouTube, which you can put a link on Facebook if you choose to, or going live on Instagram for a few minutes, having a talk with people about the power of journalism and using some small activities or some small exercises teaching people, that right there coincides with your magazine and expands it. But you have to become and get the face or get behind being the face of your magazine so people don't just see the people in the magazine, they see the author. And that's what attracts people to your magazine, not just your writing, but you. That's something that I would highly recommend because that will bring a different crowd of people that will like, oh my gosh, this guy is a journalist as well as an author. Okay, I can get behind him. I have some writing questions. I got some writing tips. Good. And how you do that? Read my magazine. And you'll see the effects of the journalism. You'll see the effects of these big people that I've had step in this magazine and be able to promote and write for. You'll see the team behind it as we give you tips on how we put together this story and how we had this interview. That's how you can expand yours by not just being a magazine, because you're not a magazine salesman. You're a journalist and you're an author of a positive African-American owned Black magazine. And that's something we do not have in this community that we need so desperately. But your face makes a difference.
Now, let me ask you another question. Okay, should you charge? Okay, or can you get to a point in your where you uh, offering up advice and things of that nature and teachings. It doesn't necessarily have to be the journalism, or it could be some other type business you in. It could be like the makeup artist,
Mhm.
who's really doing a good job and they want to do tips on how to apply your makeup.
Right.
should you ever be able to get to a point where you can actually charge people, to view your video and take your classes and things of that nature?
Absolutely, 100%. You are not in this to be everybody's friend because your competition is definitely charging people. Now, do you have
Right.
to charge as much? The answer is no. My father's been an accountant for well over 30 years. And I've seen his integrity and I've seen the things that he's been able to do for people. You don't have to charge as much as the one down the street that's an accountant that's charging $350 a book. You don't have to charge people to even bring them in and say, look, I'll give you some accounting tips on how to keep up your business. No, you don't have to. In exchange, if you want to do it for free in exchange, you make sure that person promotes and markets the services that you do offer that are chargeable. Or you can say, I'll give you a class on journalism 101. And everybody can tune in to this Zoom session that we have for $5 or $6 or $20 registration fee. And I'll teach you how to be a great journalist. I'll teach you how to write. I'll teach you how to do what, because remember, you're the expert. And because you're the expert, you have a right to charge in that area because you're providing for your family. You didn't go through all these years of training just to give it away for free every single time. No, you need to charge. I highly recommend you charge. That's very important because you put in all the work, the sweat, the blood, the tears, and the hours to get here to become successful. And if you choose some services for free, that's fine, but not all of them. You charge. Absolutely.
Okay, okay. Getting some good stuff here. I hope my viewers tonight are, getting in some good stuff, for small business marketing, especially in the Black community. We
Right.
really need to focus on our marketing and everything because,
Right.
one of the things I've seen, Ernest, is there are a lot there's a lot of the same business out there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of the same business, you
Right.
know. And everybody, you need to figure out a way to get your niche to differentiate yourself from the rest. Okay, you got to be
Right.
different.
Right.
You got to be
That
different.
that Mr. Kearney, I think bothers me more than anything when you have, and I'm not picking at any niche, but I've probably talked to about 15 different eyelash companies that have wanted me to do some things for them. And I wanted to, but I encouraged them also, if we're going to do this, I want to see you do some Facebook Live or some Instagram Live sessions because I can't market you and set you apart from the other. All y'all sell eyelashes. You got to do something to set yourself apart too. It can't just be me posting a picture of your eyelashes. To the natural eye, unless you are involved in eyelashes, they all look the same. What makes you different? Let's highlight that. Let's focus on that. Let's create something great out of that. And then you will see your sales increase because of you being set apart as being excellent. And I want to go back to what you said in the Black community. I've walked into so many awesome, amazing tasting restaurants that are African American owned, but they don't have anybody in there. And you're like, why in the world is nobody in here? When I went to Seattle, I was able to visit so many nice Black owned businesses there, but they had no marketing sense. I'm like, something's wrong. Like, are you not? And they just don't know. They just hope that their friends tell their friends that they're down there selling the awesome items that they're selling, but they don't put it on any kind of social media because they don't know how. And so that's
So,
what we needed.
so did you get into business while you were in Seattle?
I did because I don't know how to club my mouth. I did. I talked to quite a few business owners there, and I was able to talk to and help some. Because I was able to repost some things, took some pictures of some places. It was fun because I made some connections there that I'll never forget, especially in the
Right.
Tacoma area. There's a lot of Black owned businesses in the Tacoma area, and it was amazing to see those businesses. But we have to get them out there. We got to get them exposed because their counterparts down the street are making all kind of money, all
Yeah.
because they're taking the time to make a website or to get one made for them. And they're not saying things like that costs too much. And no. You need this website because this is the only way you're going to get exposed. You need this Facebook. You got to post once a day or once a week or in that timely manner and just not random. You need to write a strategy and write down the best times and the best areas to post in. You need to look at your competition and see what they're offering that you can do better than them on. You need all of this because if you don't, you'll just be a nice small business that your friends knew, but never made it to where you should be, the top of the food chain.
Okay. Okay. All right, man. We could talk about this all night long, but I wanted to give people a snippet of what you were doing, and and
Right.
let people know that you are part of my marketing team, and I do appreciate you. So, how
Yes,
can
sir.
people get in contact with you, Ernest?
All right. So real quick, I won't prolong it. My email is ushersdigitalagency@gmail.com. My website, which I'm getting revamped right now, is www.ushersdigitalagency.com. And I'm on Facebook, Usher Digital Agency, Instagram, Usher Digital Agency, TikTok, Usher Digital Agency, YouTube. I'm everywhere. I can always be found. Just hit me up, connect with me, and I'll review your business, see what you need, walk through the steps with you, see if we can be a fit to you. And if we can, either we can teach you to become that, or we can just do it for you if you don't have time to do it, because that's okay.
Maybe I need to learn how to get on TikTok and do a little dance and everything. Maybe I can get some more readers,
I
because
think you'll get a lot of views. I think you'll get a lot of views.
oh boy, I tell you, I tell you, I tell you. So look, tomorrow night, my friends, if you want to get onto the political scene tomorrow night, I have another show that I co-host with Sharon Tappet on Real World News TV. And you go to our page on Facebook and like the Facebook page Real World News TV. And we're going to be talking about whitewashing and attempt to hide the truth. And basically, what we're looking at the different things that are going on in our communities today here in the country to uh, deny that slavery or to deny us that we exist. When you look at the critical race theory, excuse me, uh, they don't want to teach that in schools. Your conservative people don't want that taught in schools. And Project 1619, these are things that we need to have taught in our schools so our kids, our young adults, our young teenagers can learn about what went on in this country.
Right.
And we can't whitewash it. So come back tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. with Sharon Tappet and myself as we discuss whitewashing attempts to hide the truth. And that's what's basically happening in this country now.
Love it.
And I also want to thank my man, Ernest Usher III, Jr., for being with me tonight, to discuss some of the finer points of marketing. And please, everyone, use him. Get in touch with him. He has some great ideas and he's good at making videos and stuff. He could really increase your business, okay? So, I know I got some work to do. I got to get on TikTok, probably put me a little cape on saying Urban Sentinel magazine,
Hey, it'll
got
work.
to do a little dance, hey, might get a
Do it.
million hits, I might be the next TikTok influencer,
Miss Tony,
but
hold him to it.
yeah. So, you've got to do what you got to do to move your business. And that's all I wanted to do tonight was try to get small business owners to see,
Right.
look, don't be afraid of using a digital platform, Facebook,
Right.
Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Use them. They'll
Right.
benefit you along with TikTok. So
Right.
until next Monday night, I want to say good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being my guest tonight, Ernest.
Yes, sir.
Take care, and we will be talking.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Thank you.